Hi, everybody. My name is Sandisiwe Silindobuhle Binda, a young female navigator from South Africa. Hope everybody's doing good today. All the sailors, all the navigators, and all the cadets. So basically today, I'm just going to talk about my career, how it started, and where I'm currently at the moment. So I started my cadetship beginning of 2017, actually end of 2016. So when I started my cadetship, previously I had studied at Durban University of Technology, which is in South Africa. So I studied for about 2 years there before I actually started my cadetship. And it was seagoing, international waters. So when I started my cadetship, I started in a research vessel where we'd work with scientists. There was a lot of us. We had like a whole group from school, which is Durban University of Technology, and also mixed with CPUT, which is in Cape Town. There was the mixture of females and males. So it wasn't actually a rough start for us because it was a mixed gender. As soon as I finished my months that we had to serve there, went home for like a break, and soon after that I joined a tugboat. So it was a different experience again when I was on a tug. Luckily, we also still had females, so it was easier again at that moment. And we had great officers that were actually helping us and assisting us in that. Soon after I left the tags, I finished my cadetship in cargo vessels, which was very interesting for me. And at that moment, I was sailing as the only female on the general cargo vessel that I was in. Different experience again. Now I'm the only female. However, worked through all the challenges that I had, and I finished my cadetship. As soon as I finished my cadetship, I came back home and I was able to sit for my oral exam, which I then got beginning of 2019. I qualified as a navigation officer. Then I got employed by SAMSA for a couple of months, which was 3 months, because it was just an upskilling program that we had. Great experience again there. I was under a female chief mate. That's when I also got to actually understand the difference between all the responsibilities that I had as a cadet and the responsibilities that I now had as an officer. It was a great experience. She taught me literally everything from how to carry yourself as a female and how to also just carry yourself as an officer, and also be able to actually adapt to change, adapt to cultural change, and also be like familiar with certain individuals. So it was a smooth, 100% smooth, but it was a smooth journey for me at that time. Soon after that, I left that vessel, and then I looked for employment again, and I came across a very different path in the industry, something that I hadn't actually thought of, which was the fishing industry. And in the fishing industry, we really have minimal women there. Like, there's minimal women specifically in the bridge. So I got that employment, I got that career, which I'm currently in right now, sailing there as a second navigation officer. Got promoted soon after I came in there to a second navigation officer. It was a different environment for me. Hence all the training that I've done, cadetship, from school, I was more familiar with cargo vessels, which is the merchant part of the industry. Fishing part of the industry, I was never familiar with, not even once until I got there. So went there, grew tough skin, and I adapted. Funny enough, it was very interesting because there was so many operations that I was not familiar with. I did not know. So it was a learning curve for me each and every day. Still is a learning curve for me. And that's why I am currently. I am sailing with two different captains. One is South African and the other is Russian. So I get to also engage in South African crew and Russian crew, which is very interesting for me. The Russian captain is very, very old at sea. So he is there every step of the way in terms of fishing and stuff like that. But with navigation part, since I was already familiar with that, that for me was just, a bit easier than the fishing part of the industry. So that's where I'm currently at currently. And I still have many, many, many more dreams. And what I'd like to achieve, I'm still very, very far from, which is also at the end of the day, I would like to see myself as a pilot one day. And I've always wanted that. However, currently, I am still in the fishing industry. And while I'm there, I still also want to get my ticket as a fishing master. I think this for me would be such an interesting journey simply because when I came in there, I was the first female that actually joined that vessel specifically. They've had females before, however, they were transferred before they even made it to officer to Namibia. So within the company, we do have females, but they're mostly in Namibia, and in South Africa, there isn't any. So until I finish that part of the journey, I will move on to the next, which is pilotage. One thing I can say to specifically, I'll speak to women and then I'll just speak in general to both men and women as well. To women who are still at the bottom of the industry, like which is cadetship, where you're still building this career. What I can specifically say to you is, firstly, from that gap that you're going to get, which is your cadetship to your officer. Cadetship, I feel like, is much more, that's where you grab your foundation. And soon after you transition to officer, that's when you really get the responsibility stage. And that's when you need to be able to actually stand and work on your own and give orders and be able to stand amongst the crew, which is mixed. And in most cases, us as women, we get crew that might take advantage of the fact that we are women and we're feminine, of course, and it would be, oh no, maybe she's soft or maybe she's like that. So you need to grow that tough skin in terms of knowing that now you're transitioning from cadetship to actually an officer, and that's when you need to take a stand and be able to say, you know what, regardless of the fact that I'm a woman and people expect you to be soft when you're a woman, you know that you will stand your ground, you will act your responsibilities, and you will be able to actually now be an officer that you've always wanted to be, or an officer that probably you have sailed under, looking up to, and stuff like that. And then in general, just with men and women, life at sea is not really as smooth as people who are not at sea look at it and see it. However, it is a good and a great career. I've enjoyed my time at sea. I'm not gonna lie about that. I've had challenges, but I've enjoyed my time at sea. And one thing as men and women that we need to know when we're at sea is the fact that fine, we are away from our families, but we're there for certain reasons. You know, have a list and know that I'm here for this and I'm here for that. Be able to overcome that each and every day. But besides that, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey, and I've enjoyed every part of it. You know, I get moments when I'm home. I'm currently home now. I'm on leave. I get moments where I'm like, now I miss being at sea. You know, you miss that tranquility. You just miss even the sound of the waves and stuff like that. And you're like, you know what? I do want to go back at sea now. So that's just it in terms of the challenges that I've had, specifically on adjusting from changing as cadetship to also being an officer, not just any officer, but a female officer as well. And one thing I can say again to females is the fact that, you know, as people expect you to act in a certain way just because you're a woman, you know that you need to have this and these and those boundaries that, you know, okay, this I do like this and I do like that. Whatever people, because society has this thing of actually building not just women in particular, but most of the time it is women, but even men as well. They have this that before they even give you a chance, maybe at work, the crew most importantly, before they even give you a chance, it's like they expect you to be this way. They expect you to act that way. So those are the boundaries and the challenges that I've had. And growing tough skin is what you need to do at sea. Tough skin, tough skin, tough skin. That's all.